I'm Bob Winter. I'm Chief Creative Officer of Y&R in Chicago.
I'm Stephanie Piggott, and I'm a director at Pirate Toronto.
We had probably 30 pieces that we had narrowed it down to, and then I think we had a few heated debates over just only a couple of things, actually, but for the most part we agreed on almost everything, and I think we've gotten down to a really tight list of some gems.
Everyone was pretty in sync, except for, just a couple of conversations, which has been great because...
You're pointing at me, except for...
Everyone except for this one. I think what's been nice is some point of views have been brought about that we wouldn't know, if you were doing it in an isolated environment. Either knowledge about a spot or a campaign, or something to compare it to, so it's been really helpful. For me, I think for what would be considered, either book-worthy or obviously pencil-worthy, is you're going to have everything firing on all cylinders, be it idea, execution, and so when those all come to play, I think that's when you end up with something great. For me personally, it's a spot I either wish so much I had done myself, is usually a good sort of point to go off of, and if there's some element of it just comes at you in a way that with a bit of surprise or something that a twist in it, and not something like a big obvious misdirect, but I did not see that coming. I think those always stand out to me the most.
Yeah, I mean, and so much has been done in the category that it's great to find things that have not been done before. And still every year somehow people come up with new ideas that haven't been approached before in radio, which is amazing. So that's especially fun. We saw we watched
what are we doing?
To a great spot today that was in the beauty category that was like, oh my god, like that, I can't believe that hasn't been done before in that category. And so I think, to me, the best surprises in radio are when it's just, the idea is great because purely on the strength of the writing. And that's like, especially in this medium, because it's such an intimate medium, that when you have an idea that is so well written that you can't help but get caught up in the story, that I think it works the best.
And when I think of sort of the handful of stuff, I think in terms of a trend, I'd say there's definitely been more spots than not that have had a single voice execution with a single sort of story.
Yeah, you're right. Like, it seems like things kind of got crazy there for a while in radio, where everything wasn't over the top production with music, a lot of jingly music, songs, sound effect crazy, and now I feel like maybe the trend is coming back to like the purity of the writing and the simple storytelling with just one straight announcer and not a lot of bells, whistles, sound, music.
Yeah.
What's cool is that like great writing and great ideas still win. That's kind of the beauty of radio, though, is it forces the ideas to be pure, and because
that's all
there isn't a lot of other things to depend on or lean on. There's no breakthrough technology usually that you can go like, oh, well, we'll just do a spot that does this cool thing, and it doesn't have to be a great spot, but people think it's cool because of that. It kind of forces you to be great in your idea and your writing. I remember one of my first bosses said, radio exposes your weaknesses. And it turned out my weaknesses were writing and concepting. So that was a bummer for me. But
I think I think that's what makes it such an amazing medium, and I think why for there to do really, really great work in radio, it's really difficult. So when you find it, it's amazing.